Hi class, we need to take a look at a section that's a review section from the algebra classes, and here's the main idea in this section. So we're going to have sequences in series. Among these, you're going to have, well, arithmetic sequences, and arithmetic sequences are actually going in terms of difference by a number, and in geometric sequences, the main difference is that in geometric sequences, they're multiplying values. So for example, I'll give you a quick example on an arithmetic sequence. You could have, the values of 1, and then to the first value, you're going to be adding any value d. So I'm just going to say that d is equal to 1. So the next value will be 2, 3, 4, 5, and then it goes on and on and on. Now, for your metric sequences, I'll just say r is equal to 3, and I'll start with 1. So instead of adding a numerical value, you keep multiplying r. So the next value should be 3. Whoops. So it should be 3. The next one should be 9. I'm multiplying, well, technically 1 times 3. And then 3 times 3 is 9. Then the next value is 27. And the pattern goes on and on in that form. So that's the main difference between arithmetic and geometric. Arithmetic, you keep adding a value. Geometric, you keep multiplying a value. Okay, let's take a look at example 1. And in example 1, all they want us to do is actually to expand the sequences. You're going to assume that they start at 1. Otherwise, it would be noted where's the minimum value. So let me just say that for n is equal to 1, you would have that a sub 1 is equal to, well, 2/3 to the first power, or 2/3. N is equal to 2. A sub 2 is equal to 2/3 to the second, or 4/9. A sub 3 is going to be a sub 3. Whoops, this is supposed to be n is equal to 3. So 2/3 to the third, that would be, well, 8/27. And then in this case, the expansion can be expressed in the following form. So a sub n is equal to 2/3 to the n, which actually starts with 2/3 comma 4/9 comma then 8/27, and the pattern continues on to infinity. So one of the main differences within the sequences is that we're just looking at the terms. So we're not adding these yet unless we're told to do so. So this will be the expansion, and you're expressing all of these with a comma in between. Okay, let's take a look at problem B. And you have to be careful on these. So technically for n is equal to 1, you're going to have a of 1 is equal to x to the 1 plus 1, or x to the second. A is equal to 2, it's going to be x to the 2 plus 1, or x to the third. A is equal to 3. Is equal to x to the 3 plus 1, or x to the fourth. And all we need is basically 3 terms. So in this case, you're expressing a sub n is equal to x to the n plus 1, which happens to be on the first term x to the second, followed by x to the third, followed by x to the fourth, and then the sequence goes on and on in that format. Let's take a look at C, and same idea, they want us to expand. So n is equal to 1. We're looking at b sub 1 is equal to 2 times 1 over x, or 2 over x. B sub 2 is going to be 2 times 2 over x, or 4 over x. And b sub 3, so 2 it's going to be 2 times 3 over x or 6 over x. Our expansion, in this case b sub n, can be expressed as 2n over x, which happens to be 2 over x, then 4 over x, then 6 over x, and then it goes on and on and on, provided that x is not equal to 0. We need that disclaimer there because technically all of these have a variable at the bottom that if that were to be 0, well, it's undefined for the sequence. So that's actually it on these problems. All they want us to do is the actual expansion of the sequence.